The Greek gods are a race of immortal beings who control the forces of nature and human endeavors. The majority are the descendants and relatives of the elder Titans, their chief enemies. There are currently 12 major gods, the Olympians, who rule over the universe, all of whom are under the rule of Zeus. There are many other minor gods who serve smaller but necessary purposes in the world. The 6 elder Greek gods and goddesses were Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, Poseidon and Zeus, because they were the sons and daughters of the 2 rulers of the Titans, Kronos and Rhea. Fearing his children would overthrow him in the same way he had done to his own father like Kronos had predicted, Kronos devoured his first 2 sons and his 3 daughters almost immediately after they were born. Hestia first, then Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon. He would have devoured Zeus as well, but Rhea, unable to bear the pain of losing another child and seeing her husband now for the monster he was, entered into an alliance with G.A.M, who smuggled her son away to safety, and gave her husband a rock instead to devour, in which he ate without looking. After years in hiding, Zeus was finally old enough and strong enough to overthrow his father. He returned to Kronos' palace to free his siblings who, being immortals, remained alive and undigested within their father's stomach. Disguised as a Titan, Zeus tricked Kronos, and using a mixture of mustard and nectar, Zeus freed his siblings by smuggling the concoction to Kronos and forcing him to regurgitate his children, and used a different potion to knock out the other Titans in order to escape without opposition. Having freed his siblings, as well as the Hecatoncheira and the Cyclops whom Kronos had re-imprisoned in Tartarus, Zeus led a rebellion against the Titans. Most of the Titans remained neutral with the exception of Iapetus, Krios, Koios, Hyperion and Atlas. In gratitude, the Cyclops forged the big 3 symbols of power: the Master Bolt, the Trident, and the Helm of Darkness, while the sheer strength of the Hecatoncheira proved to be a great advantage against the Titan army. At first, the Titans had an advantage, due to being more experienced, but in time, the gods themselves became experienced and fierce warriors too, and with the help of their new weapons, were able to prevail. During the final battle, the gods gathered on Mount Olympus, the tallest mountain after Mount Othries, and Zeus used the Master Bolt to shear off the top of Mount Othries and topple Kronos' black throne. The final blow was delivered when Zeus, using his father's own scythe, cut Kronos into 1,000 pieces and dropped them in Tartarus, where he would never rise again. The other Titans were also cast down to Tartarus with the exception of Atlas, who was forced to hold up the sky for the rest of eternity. This marked the end of the Titan Age and started the Olympian Age. The Olympians have been challenged many times for their control of the world, but they have always managed to stabilize their rule, often with the help of their children, the demigods. This is exemplified when the giants rebelled against the gods, and Hercules and Dionysus, the sons of Zeus, helped them vanquish the giants, as the giants could be killed easily if they were fought with the help of a demigod. The gods were also challenged by Typhon the storm giant, who was the last and arguably most powerful son of Gaia and Tartarus. The gods, upon seeing the big monstrosity, fled all the way to Egypt except Zeus, who tried to fight the monster. He was overwhelmed eventually and had his divine tendons torn off. Zeus eventually managed to get his tendons back with the help of a few other gods and a satyr, and then, using trickery, he managed to hurl a mountain on top of the storm giant and imprisoned him this way. Zeus married his sister Hera, and had subsequent children. Ares, Hephaestus, Hebe, Eileithyia, and Enyo followed. From affairs, the other gods and goddesses were created. However, it was never stated when Aphrodite was born from Uranos remains in the sea. She may not have formed until Zeus and his siblings were fully grown, harmonizing some myths which say she is a daughter of Zeus. If you liked this video and want to see more, please support me with like and subscribe.